Outstanding.
Welcome again to another tutorial video, my peeps. Today, we will continue the multi-mono compression with compressing plugins. Yeah, so before we dive into that, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell notification button, follow me on Facebook at Eldorado Production, on Instagram at Eldorado Production, Twitter Eldorado Production, my Audio Mac account Eldorado Productions, and don't forget to send me your emails. There's a free jump kit somewhere down in the description below, among many other things. So without further ado, let's dive into this tutorial. So uh, for this particular one, we're going to look for synth and the compressor. We have the compressor we will be using in this tutorial video is none than other than Isotope Dynamics compressor. So let me set this up. So close. So reason being why I really want to elaborate on how or why I really use multi-mono compression settings at sometimes is reasons like these. Um, as you can see, it is one sound, but sometimes the sounds are heavy on one side than the other. Using a multi-channel plugin, it compresses both sides at the same time, in which using a multi-mono plugin unlinked, it can compress it both sides. Using one plugin can compress both sides using one plugin, compressing them independently if you unlink the multi-mono plugin. I'm not really sure how to do it in any other DAW than Pro Tools, so I do apologize for that. So I'm really getting to this. So let me turn off these sounds to hear what really are going. All right, so I high passed it, added a gate. Reason being, I just high passed it, show you, and added a gate because of the tail out here. It sounds really weird if you could really cut it off. So I just leave it as is and just add a gate, so when it reach below a certain threshold, it just clamps it down and get rid of it instead of cutting it off, and it sounds really weird. All right, so without no hesitation, I'm gonna really go back at the front, and this plugin that we are using, the Isotope Dynamics multi-band compressor for this particular sound, because sounds are really extensive, stronger in some area than the other. So just link back that and start back from scratch. I think we do that already. So as you can see, let me see if we can put this at top and put this alright, make the waveform a little bit smaller and put this here, so whenever I put the block it. Anyways, first we do compress it moderately, then we unlink it and adjust it independently, not using the word compressing independently, adjust it independently after we compress it moderately. So without further ado, I'm just mark this section. Really. Alright, so this sound will be a bit weird. So me. Oh, snap. This remove this band and remove this band. Alright, so we just all compress two band, the low band and high band. That we just all name it as. So and the we start on the right side, being as the right side. Oh, as you can see that, so the oh come on. Remove band, put it here. So as you can see, having multi-mono plugins, there are certain things that are tied together while some things are not tied together, as what you just see now. Like the settings of the compressors are tied together, but the bands are not really tied together, even though it's linked. So I have to manually delete them. Add that bus compressor and other plugin. So as I was saying, we are going to compress it moderately, but we will start using the right side. So the upper band or the high band, as to say, let's start there, because most of the sounds is around this area. So as you can see, it really plucks and it compresses a lot. So go with a little bit more moderate ratio and leave the settings as is. Really want to compress, but we really want to compress so hard, and we click on the lower band and see where I go on the subtle. So we'll compress the lower end a little bit. Just a tiny touch, should in case it gets really strong down in the low end, you know, really go over certain dB. So we just compress it a little bit stronger there, like a 3-to-1. So it's barely but trigger in the low end, and go over on the left side and look. Alright, so we go check on the left side down here. So it's compressing a little tiny tot. As you can see, compressing a little bit too much there. So I'm just back off the compressor a little bit. Check. Alright, so left side, go back to the right hand side and look on the upper frequency. Alright, so that compress moderately. So what I'm going to do is adjust independently. So I'm going to go unlink them and start at the upper band on the right side. I'll mark here, so. Alright, so I don't really want it to pluck so hard. Come down with the knee a little, so that it kind of soften a little bit. Yeah, it's hearing that click sound. Alright, so adjust the low end. Come on. Alright, so I think the right side is okay. So let's move on to the left side. So we just all mark up here. I'll mark from there, so. And here it really sound on this particular one. compressing way too hard. And softening here a little bit. Alright, so if you want to bypass both sides, what you can do is hold on Control or Command on a Mac and left click it. So it bypass both sides at the same time. So I'm going to bypass it to hear through the sound. Alright, so I'm not getting much difference. Yeah, so I'm going to check the low end on this arpeggiated sound. So the low ends are okay, just compressing it a tiny tad. So I'm going to bypass. Alright, so I like it sound nice, smooth, not really heavily compressed, but compressed moderately to control the transient a little bit more. I didn't want to squash it to affect the dynamics of the sound. So what I did was to control the peaks and bring up the lower parts of the sound, in which I compressed the bands independently to get a more accurate sound, because I don't really want the low energy to be compressing a whole lot, just because I really want to compress the high end moderately. So what I did for this particular sound was to compress them independently using the bands, compress it using the bands on both sides and compressing them independently, so we can really get this smooth, accurate, feeling like. So beyond this, I think I use another compressor here, in which I didn't want it to go over 4 decibels or 4 dB of compression, so I use a 4:1 ratio, a second attack, really fast attack, and a slow release, and moderate compression and makeup gain. So I did that for both left and right side. As you can see, the threshold button here really moves when I switch the sides, so it is compressed moderately. So thank you for watching. Hope you really learned something from this. Hope you can really try it out on one of your mix and really let me hear how it really sound, or leave some feedbacks, leave some comments below, and happy mixing. You don't know, it's a boy Eldorado and thing. Peace out until another time. Kaboom.